2022年、2023年とエンゼルスの監督として大谷を指揮したフィル・ネビン氏が今季からホワイトソックスの選手育成に関するスペシャルアシスタントに就任します。担当記者のインタビューでホワイトソックスへの大きな期待や大谷についてなど語りました。また、ジャッジと大谷の MVP 争いのコメントもご覧ください。
Personal experience with Tony Gwynn. You managed Shohei Ohtani with the Angels. I mean, I could go like, I can do a whole interview with you just on Shohei, just on Gwynn. But for these purposes, just can you give us a slice of what behind the scenes, what Shohei Ohtani is like and why he's able to be the player he is, the maybe the greatest player of all time?
Yeah, I think you said it right there. Greatest player of all time because of what he can do on both sides of the ball. First and foremost, he's an incredible person. He's dedicated his life to being the best baseball player in the world. Everything he does from the morning, wakes up till he goes to bed, and even those hours in between, is to be the best player in the world. He gets the right amount of sleep, his diet, his workouts, everything's regimented. I always give this one example. The first year I had him, we were going to play that game in Boston. It's the 11 a.m. The marathon game, Patriots Day, so which is 8 o'clock West Coast time. And we're a week and a half out, and with his pitching structure, we could kind of move days once in a while. And I brought him in and said, "Hey, you're scheduled to pitch on this 11 o'clock game. If you think it's better for you, we can move you up one day," which had actually been his normal day, pitch on Sunday, or push you back one day and pitch the Tuesday night game in New York. And he started looking at the days and the hours, and he said, "No, I'll be fine. What time's the game Sunday?" I said, "Well, it's 1 o'clock. And okay, well, I'll go to bed at 7. I'll fall asleep, and I'll wake up at this time, and I'll have my right preparation for the game." I'm like, "Wait a second, you're just going to go to sleep at 7? Like, how does that work?" "Oh, no, I just close my eyes and I go to bed. I go to sleep, and I wake up. I get and if I wake up and he doesn't have a certain amount of hours, I just fall back to sleep." And, I mean, I don't know about you, but I have a hard enough time getting to sleep. And when I do wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom or something, you can't get back to sleep. And it's just, for this guy to just tell me he's going to close his eyes, he does it on the planes, but he's so prepared, and he has his body so prepared to be the best player. And he knows what it takes to do that. He's, like I said, he's dedicated his life to being the best player in the world. And clearly it's working.
And while you're talking about Ohtani, I see all these jerseys behind you. Who's in your gym there? You got Ohtani. I see Darren Erstad. Who else is there?
Yeah, I think, well, right above me to my right, I know that's Jim Thome. And then over here, you got DeRosa, I believe. It kind of goes around the whole gym. It's just friends, teammates, guys that I played with that, we didn't really do like jersey exchanges, and I don't really collect anything, and it's all personal stuff written on there. And I thought it would make this room, kind of look cool. But guys that I mostly played with or went to high school, like Brett Boone and I played in high school together. Aaron Boone, they're up somewhere over here, but Erstad, Pujols, I think you can see back there, just guys that I've, became friends with through the years playing together, whether it was in a, summer tour, just being on the field against each other, guys that I respected.
So talking about the White Sox, you did apply for the managing job that went to Will Venable. You were a finalist, I believe. What attracted you to the job?
Well, when they called me, Josh Barfield and I have known each other for several years. I actually played with his dad. The managerial job came open. We had some contact and talked a little bit. And going into the room, I felt comfortable because Josh was around, but right away, the people in the room, Chris Getz, most notably, the second I met him, we kind of hit it off. You can see the direction, you can see the plan. I know it was far away too because of what the team had gone through the year before. And you hear things on the outside, but understanding the people that that Chris had brought with him, that Chris had hired, that he was starting to surround himself with some really good people in my mind. And that's only, it's gone to new heights being in the organization for the last year. And when Chris called me and said that they were going to go in the direction of Will. First off, couldn't have picked a better guy. I mean, when this was presented to me to kind of work in this area and a lot of different fields, I jumped at the chance, mainly because of the people. I like the opportunity to be able to do kind of something a little different in the game and going out and seeing some amateur players. The great thing about mine is I go scout these players and sit in the draft room and interview them. And then when we signed them, a few days later, I was on the field in uniform with Billy Carlson and Foskey and Hodge and all the kids that we drafted that I went and saw and looked at and got to know a little bit. And not many people get to do that. And it's been a cool experience for me. This offseason, there were some other opportunities that presented themselves, and it just, to me, I really enjoyed what I started here. You feel like it's a little bit of a project, yes, and you're a piece of it. And I didn't want to walk away from something that you started. And this is trending in the right direction, and I'm confident we have a plan in place, and we stick to that. This is going to be a really, really good place to be here very soon. It already is already. But you're going to see you're going to see the results at the major league level here coming very soon.
Yeah, you sound like you're like the jack of all trades.
Nev, just real quick again, man, because I really am curious about this. With Ohtani pitching again, it's a 6-man rotation, and when he was with you, it was one off day, DH pretty much every other day?
He DH'd every day, and yeah, he pitched every 6. If we had an off day, he still pitched on the extra day.
Right.
And it was just to manage his workload. I mean, it's a lot. Like in Japan, I believe he was in the league that didn't have the DH, so he would play right field a few days, he'd take a day or two off, and then he would pitch.
Wow.
So this was a different workload for him. And over here, over there, they use 6 starting pitchers. They have every Monday off basically, and they have 6 starting pitchers. But he's not pitching on 4 days rest, obviously, but it's mostly just to manage his workload. And everybody, does he need a day? Does he need a day? And I'm not diminishing the fact that it was just a DH, because you're still, in fact, he pitched the first game of a doubleheader in Detroit through a complete game shutout, and then he hit 2 home runs in the second game in Detroit.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
It's like high school, right?
Yeah.
It's
It's
just
not
so much
human.
better than
Yeah.
everybody. man.
He's different.
Incredible.
I mean, everybody says, well, the year. So it was the year before. So Show won the MVP in 23 with us, and he had won it in 20 or 21.
Yeah.
He's got 3, right?
I think so.
Judge won it that year, and if you look at it, like, okay, so Ohtani won it the year before, and Judge he had hit his 60, 61, and the numbers were ridiculous. But everybody just kind of discounted the fact that, okay, he still had like a 2.7, and his offensive numbers, like, well, we're just going to think this is normal now, because it's not. Like, as long as he's doing this, he's the most valuable player in baseball. And I love Aaron Judge, and he's earned every bit of the MVP that he got. But I mean, it was a pretty tough argument. Now I'm his manager, so I was defending that part of it. I still look back and say, until someone else is doing this, like, he's the most valuable player in this game. He could have a slightly down year, and he's still the most valuable player in this game. I don't care what anybody else says.